Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of the Penultimate Conquest podcast. Today's topics are PlayStation news and review roundup. Before we get into it, if you're watching this on Twitch, feel free to give us a sub to help support us and see more great content like our Marvel Mondays initiative. I screwed that one up. Our Marvel Monday centric podcast, Marvel Mondays initiative, our anime centric podcast, the Anime Nation show, and the Cross Media show, which we are doing tomorrow. I forgot about that. We're discussing. This is where Invincible's title sequence pops up.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it for this week. Let's see. Feel free to check out our website, thepenultimateconquest.com, to see our VODs and even see the schedule for the rest of the month. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Ruben. I am the director of the Penultimate Conquest. As usual, to my right, I want to say. Yeah, right? To my right? Yeah, I think so. Yes. My co-host is Ryan. Ryan, how you doing today?
Doing good. Happy to be back in the seat. Happy to be back on the podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while. Long time.
Been a hot minute.
Yeah. Before I introduce our other guests, let's go into some No, you know what? Let's introduce our other guests first before we get into housekeeping. Today's guests are the host of the incredible Disney Plus Us podcast, Griffin Thennell. Griffin, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. A lot of fun stuff to talk about today.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I am very excited. Our other guest, the man that knows JRPGs like the back of his hand. You can find his hot takes on Twitter at Noisy Shark. John Rivera. John, how you doing?
Hey, very excited to be here. I feel like this is the first time I've been here for just like a general news episode.
Yeah,
Like
we've done a lot of the live reactions lately.
normally I'm like live reacting to something specific to like a console or a game. But now this is just like what's happened in the past week. Let's talk about it.
Well, now
Hey,
we're
this is the first time I've come on for something that's not Disney Plus related.
This is true. This is true.
Oh, that's good.
Well, John, we're live reacting to life. How about that one?
Life, yeah.
Live reacting to the week. Hello, week.
That works too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into some housekeeping before we get into the show. If you missed it, check out the new episode of the Marvel Mondays Initiative, our Falcon and Winter Soldier series review with Ethan Brannon and Vinny. It was a pretty good episode. We go over that freaking Marvel Phase 4 trailer. Oh my god.
Oh,
That trailer, man.
it got me. It wrecked me to my core.
I was sitting in lunch. No, I was at lunch at work, just sitting down, and I see that trailer pop up, and I'm like, "Whoa, what's this?" And
That trailer is unfair. It is unfair. Just
It is.
emotion after emotion.
it is, but it was worth it. I saw the theater reactions to Caps and Avengers Assemble, and I literally jumped out of my seat. Everybody stared at me, asking me what the fuck was going on.
The minute I heard Stan's voice, the tears began to roll.
Yep.
I remember
like
6 months after things were closed down and I hadn't been able to see a movie in a theater for 6 months. I remember thinking, man, what I would do to just be able to sit in a movie theater on opening night for like a Marvel movie. Like it doesn't even have to be a good one. Just like watch a movie with people again. And so like that trailer perfectly captured it. And all I could think was like, Marvel fatigue may be a thing in some point in the next decade, but certainly not within the next 3 years.
No way.
Like, people are gonna get tired of this thing, like, once everything opens it back up for, like, at least this set of movies all seem like bangers.
Yeah, I'm very.
I don't know. Starting with Black Widows, that one I have zero interest in.
Listen,
She's already
I
dead.
feel that, but if Black Widow is the first MCU movie you get to see in a theater with people, it is going to make $1 bazillion just for that. And people might walk out and be like, it was all right, but I clapped when everything happened because I was just happy to see a movie again.
Yeah,
We're not going to talk about the justification there. I'm not interested. She's already dead.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, yeah.
Like, The story's told. I know what happens.
I mean, yes, I for one am excited to see the movie. Yeah, everybody tells me like, why are you excited to see the movie? She's already dead. Like everybody has that outlook, but like, it gives. I really want to see who Taskmaster is, how it all turns
Yeah.
out. I mean, I kind of already know who Taskmaster is, but I'm not going to spoil that for everybody. Come on.
I would have just. This felt like such a good, like stage 3 movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I feel
It
like
probably was planned that way.
Mhm.
I feel like they should have put this right next to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Or you could have even done it in between Endgame, Infinity War, and Endgame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right next to
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the
Yeah.
Wasp.
I forgot that came out in that weird.
That
little
was in
time.
between.
Yeah.
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 So
That's it for the Marvel Monday Initiative podcast. See you next time.
exactly.
Oh, we can't escape it here. Up next, Spider-Man questions.
God, I can take all of them. Me and Johnny Watts have been talking, and man, oh man.
My Ruben has crazy theories for that movie.
Listen, I told you it's not a crazy theory. It's definitely going to happen, but we're not talking about this now. We're not going to get into this. I've updated the schedule for the rest of May, and it looks like we have a special event planned for May 30th. I wonder what it could be.
Secretive.
I wonder what it could be.
Spicy.
Ooh.
And finally, for housekeeping, the merch store is up. Finally.
Yeah.
I had some artwork done by the amazing Mary Kate Carney. Go check her out. Go check out her work and show her some love on Instagram at mkrc.arts. That shirt looks amazing. I'm very excited.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah,
Hell of a shirt.
very excited. So, let's get into today's topics, guys. First topic is PlayStation announced a partnership with Discord on Monday. And fuck. Did anybody see this coming? Before we
No.
get into this? Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
I don't-
Good.
I absolutely did not see this coming. I
Okay.
was sitting there when it was announced going like, what?
Yeah, it was insane. I think I did say out loud like, wait, what? But anyway, let's just get into the story. This is pretty crazy to hear, especially after people reporting on Discord being in talks with Microsoft to be bought. According to the article, I'm reading this from Bloomberg, by the way. Quote, it is said to have rejected a $12 billion takeover from Microsoft while fielding investments or takeover interests from the likes of Twitter and Amazon that valued Discord at as much as $15 to $18 billion, Bloomberg News has reported. The startup is now said to be focused on potential public listing in the long term. Wow, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't have here. I don't think I actually didn't put how much. I think the article said how much money they actually put in. Give me 1 second. Let me look it up.
I looked at the official announcement by Sony Interactive Entertainment, and all they specifically stated was just they put a minority investment into Discord as a platform.
Okay.
So they're a significant shareholder now, but they're not like a major owner or anything like that. They just put in some money to be like, hey, we're buddies with Discord now.
Yeah.
They're a bit of a player, but they don't own the whole thing.
Good. Which is good. Well, I mean, do we want? I'm skipping ahead for a second. Do we want Discord to just be on every platform? That's the message platform that everybody has.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd
Spawn,
say
yes.
that's the dream.
That's the dream. Wow. Okay.
Discord is such a good streamlined service. And it's
Really?
like this part I really like how Discord works with its different rooms and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
simple it is to use. Like it's not bogged down with all these additional functionalities you have with something like a Slack or a Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got a different purpose, but it's
Mhm.
just so well designed.
Fuck
I
Microsoft Teams. I want that on record. God,
Yes.
it's the worst.
ooh.
Oh yeah,
I've
it really
never
is.
I've never had to use it, so I don't know what it's like.
I use it
Thankfully.
for work, and it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Oh god.
I converted my work to Discord.
Oh, good.
Nice. Good job. Uh I have to say, throughout like variety of trying to get into different kinds of video games, like when I would play League of Legends on my laptop, I think there was like straight up a month where I had 4 different voice communication softwares on my computer. I had Uvu, I had Mumble, I had TeamSpeak,
Oh my
and I was
god.
like, why the fuck do every time someone is like, hey, I have a new buddy, let's move on to this thing? I was like, why do we have to keep switching? And there is a reason why Discord has become the standard. It is good at what it does. Every time it sees a potential situation that it could adapt to, it adds new functionality to it,
Yeah.
and it's just so useful for a dozen different things. Like the thing I mostly use Discord for is for learning how to play fighting games. Fighting games, since they're niche and really difficult to get into, people have just put a bunch of tutorials on how to play the game, what characters to pick up, combos, and most importantly, how to meet up with people, because fighting games, for some reason, still exist on a variety of platforms. None of them have crossplay yet,
Yeah.
or very specific games have crossplay, but a lot of them don't. So, like, if you want to play Blaze Blue Cross Tag on Switch, you're gonna have to go into the Blaze Blue Discord into the Switch channel, because most people play on PS4 or PC, and none of those are connected.
That's really
That's-
weird. Now that you put that, now that you say that, that's incredible that most fighting games are not crossplay.
I
Oh,
think it's
none.
definitely changing. Mortal Kombat 11 is full crossplay. The first fighting game to become 100% like crossplay with every platform is on, of all of them for some reason, is the Power Rangers fighting game. Power Rangers
Yeah.
Battle for the Grid is a 3v3 Marvel vs. Capcom style fighting game, and the day they were announced, they're like, we've got good net code, and you can play it on every platform, everything together. And still, they're the only ones, I think. I think they're also kind of got the advantage because they're also on mobile phones for some reason. So
That's
they're
so
crossplay.
funny that that's the first thing you mentioned, because I'm looking at like the channels, and the first thing I go to is United AZ FGC. So that's a statement of how important it is to keep like small communities like that alive, especially
Yeah.
like through Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
I think another thing is like it's admittedly pretty rare, but I have a lot of Discord groups now, especially thanks to the pandemic, that I legit use Discord for networking now.
Yeah. Same
Oh,
here.
I definitely get that. Yeah.
Like it's become a place for me to communicate with other game devs and to, on one hand, learn from them, but also to like establish relationships, have a game night here and there,
Right.
where not everyone necessarily has to go all the way to the world's most expensive city, San Francisco.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God, I
Oh,
hate
we
how
love
expensive San
GDC.
Francisco is.
I think another advantage is that it's very robust. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but it's also very intuitive and simple. Unlike Zoom, where every time I have to use it, I'm like, oh yeah, this was made by software engineers that don't know how to speak to human beings. Like, it's very weirdly designed, and it's not intuitive at all if you don't know what you're doing.
But
Zoom
also-
made me drop college.
Zoom, I'm pretty sure Zoom you have to pay for after 45 minutes, right? Like if you're the host of the No?
They might have changed it, but it was free.
I think after 45 minutes you have to pay for it. I could be wrong. I don't know. That's where I heard somewhere. I could be way off.
I've only ever used it to like for like job situations, or
Right.
where like the other person was like would have been using it through their work, so I don't know either.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I've only
No,
ever
yeah,
used it
group
educationally.
meetings for up to 40 minutes for free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After 40 minutes is
You have to pay.
okay.
Yeah, you are correct.
That's
Okay,
so
all right.
weird.
I was
Okay.
using Zoom through my old university, so I never had
Yeah,
to pay
exactly.
anything.
Yeah,
John,
same.
you mentioned OVO before, and I was like, "Holy shit, I haven't used that in a while."
Oh,
Yeah, I just-
TeamSpeak is the one that shot me back to 2013.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was kind of a big reason why I kind of wanted to stop playing like online multiplayer games on PC with people, because I was like, why do I have to download a new one of these every fucking time someone is like, hey, can I play with you guys?
Yeah. Christian's in the chat and he said Ruben is right about what? Everything.
And he
Everything.
no, he's
It says about
specifically
Zoom.
qualified about Zoom.
Listen, I don't
You
know.
don't
I
get
can't
that.
confirm or deny that, but I'm pretty sure he said Ruben is right about
For
everything.
records, we can pull those up. Receipts, long.
I am fascinated to see how Sony is going to integrate Discord into a console experience. Like, navigating Discord with a controller is going to be an interesting situation.
According to the article, PlayStation has stated it aims to get the popular social app onto PlayStation's early next year, potentially connecting more than 140 million gamers to its growing console ecosystem. Uh, thank God. Like I've been trying to connect with people on PS5, and it's just a shit show. Like,
It's a shit show.
I think
Terrible.
just get rid of the party system and just put Discord. Like,
Yeah, it's
So-
it's very interesting because you can tell like that change was specifically to be like, how do we make this more like Discord?
Right.
But it was very annoying and not actually like player conducive.
right. Oh, man.
Personally, don't see the party system going away. I see Discord being an app that they have, and it is a option, but I do not see them just saying goodbye to the party system. Because for people who don't really need to have channels and all that, the party system works fine if you just want to play Call of Duty with your friends or something like that.
Right.
It worked perfect. But let's say I want to play a game of talking about like Returnal Day. My friend wants to play this, and I still want to talk to him while I'm doing that.
Right.
Discord is the perfect way to do that. To just be in a group and talk to your friends and not have to deal with all the other problems that come with it.
It's interesting that you say that. I think they get rid of like their whole messaging system and party system altogether and just put in Discord.
I think that's
Discord
the
is-
best outcome. I
Yeah.
don't think it will happen,
No,
but I think that's the
I-
best possible situation.
I don't think that will happen purely because what if in 2025 it is time for the PlayStation 6 and that wasn't far enough, maybe 2029, something like that. And for
Like
some
2069,
reason,
am I right?
yeah, how about that?
nice.
But for some reason Sony and Discord are no longer in a partnership together. What do you do at that point? There might be like a small window where like they're not taking down the PS5 ability to play online with other people, but not necessarily partnered with Discord. Case in point, if you've tried to play a PS4 game and it's like, hey, why don't you post this to Facebook? Your PS4 is not going to let you do that because they're
Yeah.
no longer associated with Facebook.
All right. You stumped me there. Then go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the one that got me for like in the same scenario is that they have a minor stock in this. They have a minor shareholder. If it was major, I'd totally agree with you. They're going to completely overhaul PlayStation's Discord. It's just going to be an app. It's just going to be an app that's on your home bar that you can click on, start a channel, and play your game. It's not going to be anything more or anything less than that, I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
I would
I-
imagine the way they do it is similar to how they use Spotify on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Where
exactly what
it's-
I'm saying.
It's its own app. You can download it or delete it however you want, but it
Mhm.
does come pre-installed.
Yeah.
And you have to log in, you have to use it through that. But at the same time, it is incorporated into the general UI of the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I think for the majority of the PlayStation 5's life, if you aren't a person that uses Discord on PS5, people are going to think you're a weirdo. Like, it might not be integrate like default, but like 90%, maybe not 90, but like most of the people who are going to be playing online on the PS5 are going to assume that you have Discord and
Yeah.
use it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the best. Let's get rid
Hope
of.
for the best, but expect the worst. It's PlayStation.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta stay.
I mean, that's
positive.
video games, honestly.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Guys, come on. You gotta stay positive. You gotta think it's gonna work out for the best. The next news story I have here is apparently Sony really hated PlayStation. Sony really hated PlayStation.
Sony hated PlayStation.
Sony really
True.
hated crossplay.
Well, fuck.
Which is kind of not really a surprise to any of us. I think we all kind of knew that from the
Old
get-go.
Japanese mindset is old Japanese mindset. It's just the way Sony's gonna be.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you say that because I think of the difference between old Japanese mindset of Sony and old Japanese mindset of Nintendo, where Nintendo. Oh, Jesus Christ! Hold on, sorry. Where Nintendo just doesn't even release their games, like re-release their games, unless they're I'm getting way off topic here, but like, unless you know what I'm saying? Like, where's Mother 3? You know,
Yeah.
just give us.
It gets there eventually. It always gets there.
It always does.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Mother 3? I'd love to know.
I don't know. Ask Reggie.
Reggie, give it to me. I know you got it somewhere.
Reggie has it in his house, and he's not.
Terry Crews was asking about it.
I know. That's
Just
why I
at
brought
least
it.
give it to Terry.
Such a wild time.
Only give it to Terry Crews and make him do a let's play with it.
Oh my
And that's
god!
the only way that this
my
game.
God.
That would
God.
be beautiful. That would be unfortunate, but beautiful.
It would be great.
I think the thing you got to remember is that Sony hasn't really been the out of touch Japanese company since I want to say around the PS4. They were a very in touch company on the PS4 until towards the Twilight years, and now it's turned into an out of touch European company because Jim Ryan runs it, and it made it very Europe focused.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, within the Western market, PlayStation has always succeeded more in Europe compared to America.
Mhm.
But what this article cites specifically is Gio Corsi, which I'm not sure if you guys remembered. He was the Kevin Smith looking guy that would show up at PSX wearing
Vita?
he would hold up the Vita and he'd be like, guys, we're still making Vita games, and he'd be wearing a hockey jersey. He was pretty fun.
It was in the room. I remember that. It was a good time.
But he said, where is it? Here we go. Oh, wait, no, that's the other guy. Who is that? Epic's vice president of business development said, let's make this a huge win for us all. Epic's not changing its mind on the issue, so let's just agree on it now. But Gio Corsi, Sony's senior director of developer relations at the time, dismissed the idea of crossplay, noting that cross-platform play is not a slam dunk no matter the size of the title. A clear reference to Epic's flex about Fortnite's dominance on PlayStation. As you know, he goes on to say, many companies are exploring this idea, and not a single one can explain how cross-console play improves the PlayStation business. I have a hot take on this. I know exactly how cross-platform play improves the PlayStation business. If you have two consoles, and both of their online systems are separated, and one has really good third-party multiplayer games, and the other has really good first-party single-player games, you're stuck.
Yeah.
Now, if it doesn't matter where you play your multiplayer games, and one console has significantly better single-player first-party games, which one are you going to lean to?
Just give me 1 second. Hold on.
Oh, good man. Yeah, it's that thing of like PlayStation, even like their first party studios, they all only make really single player games. It's not like crossplay is going to hurt them.
No, if they were these massive multiplayer like console exclusive juggernauts akin to things like if they had a Halo in their arsenal or something
Or if
like that.
Halo was like the monster it used to be. It hasn't been since the 360.
But what I'm saying more is that if multiplayer was a big focus in the big AAA games they're making, I could see why they wouldn't want crossplay on their consoles. But it's not. The last major games they put out have not had it. Like, really, the last time I remember a major Sony game having a multiplayer element even attached to it was The Last of Us 1.
Ghost of Tsushima, though.
Oh yeah, they did do the
I
weird
want
rage
them on
shit.
the record because that multiplayer is amazing.
Yeah, I never tried it out, but it always looked fun.
But
Um,
my greater point was that because currently Microsoft is not the multiplayer juggernaut they are. The biggest games are Call of Duty, which you can play on everything, are Fortnite, which you can play on everything, Apex, which you can play on everything. So if you add players to multiplayer, the question stops being where can I play with my friends, and the question starts being what games do I lose out on by playing on a specific platform?
Where can't
And
I
if you
play with my friends?
yeah, and if you play on Xbox, you're losing out on some of the best first party on the best single player games of the generation. Period.
But God, Games Pass is a deal.
It is.
Every
um,
time someone says I'm but like Games Pass is so good.
I want to also bring up Christian's chat comment. Reggie doesn't work at Nintendo anymore. Yeah, but like Doug Bowser's too busy focusing on Mario and Princess
And
Peach.
also,
so-
didn't Reggie make comments about Mother 3?
Yes, he
So
did.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
running.
like-
So it was a running joke for Reggie.
Mhm.
And it's such a good running joke that people still ask him
No,
about Mother 3.
he made that joke. He like there was one day where he was like, "Ah, it is a beautiful Saturday morning. I think we're gonna sit down and play
Listen.
Mother 3 on my TV
Yep.
in English." And everyone was like, "Ah, you're getting us, Reggie."
You bastard. You bastard.
He's got it in his
I love you,
basement. I'm
Reggie.
calling it.
He's got it not in his basement. He's got it right next to his bed. Right
I
there.
like to imagine it's locked in a safe underneath his bed, and it's like you have to put like his thumbprint, and then I don't know. We'll go with Bill Trennan
It's a
thumbprint
it's
as
a
well.
bio thing hand on it. Then there's the handgun next to Mother 3 to protect it at all times.
Oh god. Could you imagine? That'd be great.
It shows how unsurprising Sony hating crossplay is that we're sitting here making fun of Mother 3.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
It's so Sony, it isn't even funny.
Yeah. John was reading the Verge article. I got it here. Pretty much, yeah. Like we all knew that Sony was hesitant. Even the Rocket League guys, developers, had said that it's literally a switch that we just have to flip. We're just waiting on PlayStation to agree to it. So, yeah.
I have a little thing to say about that though. That's probably because Epic might have just kind of been a dick and made like crossplay a compatibility thing in the Unreal Engine without like checking with anyone, and then just been like, "You gotta ask Sony," because I don't know when you really think about that. Because I think that was the first time Fortnite wasn't it? Fortnite accidentally going crossplay that started this whole thing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
wasn't it Rocket League? Wasn't it?
No,
Rocket
yeah, I
League
think it
and
was
Psyonix?
Rocket League. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Rocket League was the first game I remember with crossplay.
Right.
Okay.
Rocket
Never
League
mind.
Epic-
accidentally, quote unquote.
Yeah, the
Flip
flip
the
got
switch.
accidentally switched one night.
Yeah, and then Sony was like, "Shut that shit down." No,
Yeah, they're like, nah.
they were like, "Hold on."
I do think it's kind of frustrating to see that it literally took the biggest game on the planet for PlayStation to like play ball.
They were like, "Shut that shit down now."
Flip
Sorry,
it,
John.
boys. No, that was worth it. That was
Someone
worth
has
it.
too
Little
much power with his
whore
camera.
name.
Yes, absolutely. I just got to get used to it. Do we have anything else to say about this? Like, again, it's not surprising.
No, not really.
Cruz play Mother 3. That's really all I gotta say on this matter.
Seriously, just give us Mother 3. Nintendo. That's the game that you should be working on now.
I am concerned about the future that like games that could have a more enjoyable experience that are smaller titles will be hamstrung by the fact that they have to do all this weaving and diving to get Sony the money they're hunting for.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried that Guilty Gear Strive they said that so far they're not talking about crossplay yet, and that's only coming to PS5 and Steam. So I'm just like, there's not a good reason on that front why those things shouldn't communicate, because it's also there's a similar situation where like there's a wall on the previous Guilty Gear between the PS4 players and the Steam players, and to bring those together would make it a lot easier to play against people.
Yeah. But we're glad that Sony finally was like,
Yeah,
okay, we'll
more some is better than none. I'm not denying that.
yeah. The next topic we have here is review roundup. We're gonna go over some Returnal reviews
Oh
first.
fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Ryan, did you play Returnal? Did you beat it?
Oh, I've played nothing but Returnal for about a week now.
Have you beaten it?
So good.
I've gotten decently far in it. I have not beat it yet.
Okay. And Griffin, I'm assuming you've also bought Returnal.
Yeah, I've been playing it for a little while. I still can't make it out of the first biome because I suck at video games.
Okay.
Get
Alright.
good.
Dude, that first boss just kicks. I will always get within like a sliver of killing it, and then it wipes me out.
Just always be dashing. That's what I can recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been
Gotta love
doing.
that dash mechanic.
Dashing.
This
with a
game
shot-
rocks though. Like,
Dashing with a shotgun.
I'll let you read the reviews first, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
this game.
I got here the Metacritic score as of today is an 86. I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon, though.
No, that's just probably locked in Metacritic score.
Yeah. IGN gave it an 8, and they said the moment-to-moment gameplay of Returnal is sublime, with a great selection of weapons that each have a wide variety of interesting possible traits, meaningful strategic decisions that can either keep a run afloat or doom it to sink, and punishingly challenging yet rewarding gunplay that is consistently exhilarating. Even with all this focus on action, it never drops the ball on the story, which is good because I'm very interested about that. I was hoping that it wasn't going to drop the ball on the story. I might buy it now that I'm reading this. Its big issue is that it runs way too long and there is no save progress outside of putting the PS5 in rest mode, which everybody's been talking about recently. That saps the desire to immediately return and try again after a failure, though not enough to grind it to a halt. Even so, Returnal is an incredible roguelike and one of Housemarque's best games to date. Wow, that's a pretty good excerpt.
It's some bold words.
Yeah,
It's bold and accurate.
It is.
right.
So, I guess I'll start with this one since I like to consider myself the roguelike aficionado here in the group. I gave Hades my second game of the year. If it wasn't for Final Fantasy, it would have been my game of the year.
You're a monster.
And this is one of the best roguelikes I ever played. I didn't know how you could do a $70 roguelike, and everything in this game is 110% worthy of that price tag. What, other than Demon Souls, this is the only PS5 game I've played so far that made me go, wow, this is next gen. From the lighting effects, the particles, to just the way that anything to do with the DualSense in this is fucking insane.
The only game that has come this far with the DualSense is Astro's Playroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a glorified tech demo. Like, it's just insane what this thing, from the raindrops hitting it to some of the weird little things you'll feel walking around. It's amazing.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, the first time, like, because the way the game works is each weapon has an alt fire mode. And your normal fire mode, you only press the trigger down like halfway. And because of the adaptive triggers, it stops you there. And then to go into your alt fire mode, you press down fully on the trigger and you shoot off your alt fire. And it sounds complicated, but once you're in it, it's becomes second nature almost immediately.
Everything in this game feels so natural for such an unnatural world and everything you're exploring. The gameplay feels so natural. And I didn't know what to go in expecting this. There was very little trailer, especially for gameplay for this game. I noticed that it was, all I knew was it's live, die, repeat. I'm ready for that. But from the story elements of feeling near Prometheus, like, and feeling for like that movie's tones and everything, that's how this game feels.
Good movie.
To just the gameplay being one of the most rock solid third person like action shooters, like, arcade shooter I'd call it. Bullet hell.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
great.
Mhm.
Enemy variation is fantastic. And the enemies look amazing and terrifying. Everything from there's some little horror elements here and there in this game that get you.
Yeah, there's a story moment pretty early on that I opened like the blinds to a window, and that's all I'll say. And there was a thing. It scared the crap out of me. Like, I've been streaming through the game.
Good.
And I'm not kidding. There's video of this. I full scream like just out of pure panic.
So at that moment you're talking about, Griffin,
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Too.
My roommate came up behind me and put their hands on my shoulder. I was like, "Oh, what you playing?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah,
No.
I almost decked him in the
that would
face. I'm
piss
like,
me
I
off
wasn't
so
ready
much.
for this.
Oh,
Which is really funny considering the next big game coming out is Resident Evil 8, which I'm super excited for.
Oh
Wow.
God, hell yeah!
Speaking-
But I think that's going to be the big test for Eternal is if I keep playing it after RE8 comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You think you're? Oh wow, RE8 comes out this weekend, right?
Comes out on Friday.
Oh boy.
I think
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm one run away from beating Returnal to that, but I know there's secret endings and shit that I'd like to get.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to beat Returnal, but I don't think it's a game that you have to beat to have fun with it.
No. I think if you play it for a couple of hours and you really just enjoy the gameplay, again, this is one of those games. The same thing I say about Soulsborne. It is hard. It's going to kick your teeth in. Be prepared for that. Like if you're thinking about buying it, be ready for some frustrating moments because there are plenty of them.
Okay.
If you get into the soft sense of lull and that like, I think I got this down, and then you walk into a room and something will just knock your teeth out of your face.
I literally had that exact moment. I was like, I literally said, I was like, I think I'm getting the hang of this game. I'm getting better. The next combat, I'm down to a sliver of health.
Yeah.
Do you think this is worth the $70? Because I do.
Oh, 100%. It is 100%. It is again, other than Demon Souls, the first game I played that I'm like, this warrants that $70 price tag. Other than like without having to give me a gimmick to add on to it, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was worth the $70 because I got Spider-Man 1 as well.
Right.
Fully redone in the 60 FPS. And that 100%, that with the game, that's worth it all the way.
Don't forget that wonderful free platinum trophy if you got the plat on PS4.
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
my
sweet,
God.
another one?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I never got around to playing the DLC for that game, so I finally got to do that.
Oh my god,
That's
this
a
good
DLC is
time.
fantastic.
I want to pull something from the chat really quick. Christian says it gets scarier.
Yep.
And I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that.
Strap in.
Oh, it gets scarier.
Yeah.
And weirder.
The question
Weirder,
is,
I'll take.
Is
Weirder,
it
I'll
as
take.
scary as Resident Evil 7?
No.
Okay.
It's scary like think like original Aliens and that kind of scary, not what?
Yeah.
I mean, the game is like this far away from being Prometheus.
Yeah, it is.
I love
One-
Prometheus. It's a good movie.
You've seen Prometheus.
Prometheus isn't a scary movie, Ryan.
Neither is Alien.
I don't know if
Okay,
that's
question
alien
mark.
not
You
true.
said Alien and Aliens. Which movie are you referring
I'm
to? One of
talking
those-
about Alien 1.
Alien
movie
is
is
a
actually
scary
a horror
movie.
movie.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
horror movie, but it's not horror in a way that I am terrified like I am playing RE7.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll be talking about this later on. I'll message you.
All right.
Something I don't have a PS5 yet, so I can't speak to the actual gameplay or what it's like to play Returnal. But from watching a lot of the trailers and some of the gameplay videos and some live streams, this is not in terms of like it being a roguelike or it being like an especially bullet hell, but like on a trimmed down version, this is what my dream Metroid game is. Like a third person shooter where you're like crossing through these like scary environments, picking stuff up, exploring, finding new information about where you're at, and in between that, like fighting aliens as a real fast lady with a real big gun. That
People down
really
at
excites
Retro
me.
take notes as you working on Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah,
Which
or
Yeah.
whatever the next Metroid game is, even if it's not a Prime game. The one that game, I'd like it to look kind of like this.
yeah.
I'm really excited. I will, whenever I do get a PS5, I will be picking this up. I have been a fan of Housemarque since Super Stardust HD. I've never gotten
hell yeah.
past the third level in any of their games, and I've put a lot of hours into all of them. But this game actually having a story makes me more excited to like actually see everything in it, as opposed to like getting tired of Resogun and being like, I'm probably not gonna ever get past the third level, but those are some guns, and I'm resoing them real good.
Oh, Resogun.
Yeah, I think one of the things that kind of we haven't mentioned yet, like one of the things they really promoted with the PS5 was the load times,
Yeah.
and the load times in this don't exist.
I was about to be like,
well,
I
they
couldn't
don't exist.
think of them.
Like, so
I-
what happened? This isn't a spoiler, but every
Mhm.
time you die, you get set back to the beginning, like a roguelike.
Oh,
And their
sweet.
whole like reasoning behind it within the world is something is screwed up that forces it to happen. So as soon as you die, the opening cutscene replays instantly, and instantly brings you back to that first moment of the game.
Huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, and watching the gameplay trailer from a couple weeks ago really made that clear, because like for a roguelike, all of these pieces that are stitched together, they look so well detailed and so intricate. Like it is a AAA game that is randomly generated, and I don't think a game has ever done it as well as this game does from watching the trailers. It is fascinating to think that like these are randomly generated elements being put together,
Oh,
like
it's
like
insane.
that, like, and on top of that, like instantly the game just goes like as soon as you die and is like, do it again. I think
And
that's fascinating.
just something that a good roguelike does, that this game does perfectly, and that is the learning curve for when you get a new ability and stuff. How it will gradually ease you in, and then challenge using that new ability you got, which I've always appreciated in these kinds of games. Is show me the mechanic, get me my ass kicked after getting the mechanic, and then show me how that mechanic can help me throughout it, which this game does flawlessly.
Ryan, where are you coming down? Like, what is your go-to weapon and alt fire?
Shotgun with the electricity, so I can just run around and light things up.
Yeah, I'm the same. I was real. The three weapons. I don't know if there's more weapons after the
There are.
shotgun, machine gun, and pistol, but like the shotgun and machine gun both feel so good. The pistol
Mhm.
feels really good too. It's just that I'm terrified whenever I have to use it.
Oh, it's when I'm thinking about that 7 seconds that I need to charge my laser beam. I'm like, well, this will be a long 7 seconds.
The question I have for you guys is, do you think this sets a higher bar for Metroid when it inevitably comes out?
I absolutely do. I mean, I've been since Metroid Prime 3, I've been trying to imagine what a third-person Metroid looks like as a traditional 3D game as opposed to a side-scrolling game.
Yeah.
And obviously, I wouldn't do it as a roguelike. I don't think that's what Metroid does.
Yeah, I don't think
But
so.
No.
or a bullet hell, but like imagining like a non-bullet hell roguelike version of this game would be Metroid, because it's got like interacting with like story items in a non-linear fashion, where you like picking up items that describe enemies or describe the world or what's going on. That's how I would love to control Metroid, or control Samus in a non-Metroid Prime style game. I'm absolutely like, Metroid Prime games are my favorite first-person shooters.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely excited for whenever Prime 4 comes out. But I'm always like wondering what would Metroid look like as a third-person game, and Returnal is that. plus a roguelike plus like a more intense bullet hell shooter as opposed to like fighting enemies more like one-on-one.
Right.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I this raises the bar for me in a lot of different aspects for a lot of different types of games, but definitely with Metroid, it shows me that you can do cool, eerie, dark sci-fi really well in this style. So you got a lot. Go this way, don't go the Breath of the Wild route, Metroid. That's all I gotta say.
Breath of the Wild. Ugh.
I'm not sure this is going to affect Metroid. I don't think it's going to set the bar for it.
Okay.
I think this game is different enough, and I think with the bar, I think the bar is, for what it's worth, is already set super ridiculously high for Metroid Prime 4. Because that is what the next Metroid is, unless
Yeah.
Nintendo's working on another one outside of what Retro is currently working on.
Which you can't deny that because there was that one time where they were like, when they announced Metroid Prime 4, they were like, by the way, here's a remake of Metroid 2.
Here's a remake of
and we
Metroid
were
2
like,
that
wait,
comes out in
what?
like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
A remake of Metroid 2 on the 3DS.
which is secretly one of the best Metroid games.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Like it, I think with it's not going to set the bar for the 2D Metroids.
Oh, yeah, that's...
like those two are already perfect.
Right.
There's nothing more you can do. They mastered a genre that then Symphony and Night mastered more, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say here is I don't think it's setting a new standard for it because I think the standard was already super high for what they have to do.
Okay. So the next question I was going to have was, do you think Retro Studios is like, oh, fuck, we got to restart this all over again?
God, no,
No,
please, no, can I just have the game?
No, because it's two different genres.
Yeah.
Like, first person shoot, all that. What I expect out of Metroid is some puzzling, some light puzzling and shooting things in first person, some fun boss fights.
Okay.
Cool.
I really hope that they go heavier on the puzzles, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
I would also.
I love a good puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh,
except for puzzle games. I'm bad at puzzle games.
You love a good puzzle,
I love a
except
good
for puzzle
but like,
I love a
like
good
not when
puzzle,
the whole game is
okay,
a puzzle.
You show me Puyo, I get a little scared.
You're joking, but you know what I'm saying. Like, puzzles in non-puzzle games are always amazing, but when I have to do nothing but puzzle, my mind breaks.
Oh my god! Just give me.
I
some
get
more. Put me in a room that's just Tetris.
Excuse me as I go back to making a puzzle.
That's
you
called
should-
Tetris Effect.
You should check
No.
out a game called The Witness. It's all
No,
like just tracing lines to get to another line, and then you find out that the whole island is just a giant maze puzzle.
That game broke me. I am not kidding.
I dislike it. It is not for me. It is like, hey, context, no. Solve a puzzle. That's your context. So annoying.
Although I will give The Witness this. Very pretty world.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gorgeous World.
Those were some high definition 1080p on the PlayStation 4.
Our next review roundup is Resident Evil 8. And Ryan, I'm gonna let you take over for this one. What are the scores that we're seeing?
The scores that we're seeing. Let me just get
I'm
them
sorry,
up
I
real
just threw this out of you. I got.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's fine. I got them saved, so
Okay.
it's literally just going in.
Bringing up the link.
All right, we got some really amazing scores here. GameSpot 9, Easy Allies 9, Destructoid 9, Game Informer 9.3, Press Start 9, The Gamer 4 out of 5, VGC 4 out of 5, PC Gamer an 8, IGN an 8, EGM an 8, with a Metacritic score sitting right now 34 critics at an 85.
EGM's still going. Good for them.
Yeah, right?
We're
I
truly
definitely
proud
thought-
for them.
I definitely thought EGM was gone.
Oh, we
They-
all did.
They definitely like went out and then they came back, and I didn't know that they stuck around. So I'm glad they're still kicking.
Yeah, remember them saying like we're back, and I was like, oh, I should apply, and then they asked me
Yeah.
for a portfolio, and I just cried.
You're like, oops.
You gotta have that portfolio
Forgot
ready.
about that.
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't write.
Not
you know?
not a magazine anymore. EGM does not stand for Electronic Gaming Month magazine.
It could probably stand for monthly still.
It
Yeah,
could
that's what I
still
think.
stand for. I just realized that it was monthly, not magazine. And now I feel real dumb
That's
because
okay.
everyone was like, "Are you guys still gonna do a magazine?" And they're like, "No, that's
No.
expensive and we're poor."
Yep.
So
I
where are
still
your
got-
guys'
I
sorry,
still
go
got my
ahead.
stack of them in my closet back there.
I got my Nintendo Power somewhere.
Oh,
my
same.
God. I found
Some of those covers, man.
I found an old copy of Game Informer that had actually, funny enough, Metroid Prime 3 on the cover of it. And I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
I found the best one since I recently just moved out packing up my stuff and everything. And I found the original announcement for Fortnite, like from almost a decade ago when it was the tower defense game
Oh my God.
about like weird zombies attacking. I was like, I forgot that was the original premise.
And the original premise
I
was
remember.
awesome.
I remember looking at that game and I was like, "That's a cool, fun time." I don't know how the fuck you're gonna market that. I don't know how you're gonna
Look at us now.
sell that for $60. And
This is-
to be fair, Epic didn't either. And then they were like, here's a battle royale," and everyone's like, "This I like."
Yeah.
This.
Yeah,
and now
no,
we have Batman.
Yeah, that Zero Suit looking good.
God.
Okay, I'm bringing us back on topic because I want to know where you guys are at for Resident Evil.
Thank you very much, Griffin.
I can, yeah.
I'm so excited.
Brian, go ahead.
It is currently pre-downloaded onto my PS5 and third.
Oh, no.
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 Ah, there you go. Go
Lady
back.
Dimitrescu
Say that.
got him.
Say that one more time. You got cut out.
Oh God, weird. All right. It is currently pre-downloaded on my PlayStation 5, and I'll definitely be checking that out Thursday night, possibly on stream. We'll find out.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Griffin, what about you?
This is my next big stream game. I will be starting the stream this on Friday night, and I'm hoping to have it done within a week so that I can then jump to Mass Effect.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's right, guys. Mass Effect is next
Will you
week.
forget Mass Effect is next week?
No, seriously, I
my
hate
God.
horror. I vehemently despise horror games.
Yeah.
And I am through the roof for Resident Evil 8.
Oh, God.
The internet just being the fucking internet about Lady D.
Giant vampire mommy. Giant big mommy Milky.
I'm gonna-
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
God.
go.
I'm gonna
Oh,
steal
God.
this from the nanobiologist, but Lady D and the Funky 3
Oh, my
are
God.
great looking villains.
That is perfect.
No, seriously, I love everything this game's doing. It's beautiful. The demo got me hooked. But it's also like little things that I saw in the demo that make me feel like I can actually play this versus Resident Evil 7, where as soon as I had to go into a basement and there's like these goop looking monsters, I was out.
Yeah.
It's little things like the UI changes and being able to buy weaponry and ammo and stuff. Like it's the little changes like that that make me be able to play a game like this. So I'm all in. I'm hoping for this to be the first Resident Evil game I actually beat.
Okay. So now you're putting thoughts into my head. Like I was playing Resident Evil 7 on stream, and I couldn't.
You
take it
noped
anymore.
out in an hour.
I noped out in less than an hour. It was actually
Yeah,
like 30 minutes.
I know. I was checking.
I
and was
remember,
oh, he's
like,
gone.
getting ready for bed that night because I have to work super early, and he was like, "Gonna stream Resident Evil 7." I was like, "Oh, good luck to that." And so I'm like brushing my teeth, getting stuff ready, and then I'm like, "All right, time for bed." I check my phone, about to like turn it off, and then he's like, "Nope, I'm playing something else now." And I was like, "Oh wow, that was fast."
Yep, it wasn't worth it. I don't like games that don't really tell you what to do, but like kind of tell you what to do, like Resident Evil 7 did. I don't know.
Now, Ruben, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you play Resident Evil 4?
No, I didn't. I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games.
Okay, so 7 is arguably the most horror-based Resident Evil since possibly the first one,
Right,
and that is
right.
more camp horror.
Right.
This, from what all reviews I've been reading and everything, I've been reading reviews pretty much all day. This is akin to RE4, which is a hard action game. It's guns blazing. It is going through, lighting
also heard
up these
this.
motherfuckers with a shotgun.
Yeah.
The power fantasy type deal. There's a little fear, but
It's not as much.
not as much. Not some crazy hillbilly trying to get you. That kind of deal where you
Yeah.
only got a handgun. No, you'll be working through weaponry. You'll be having a good time.
Yeah.
So I think actually you could get into this one because it's like very much more an action game than a horror game. It's
Right.
a horror action game,
Right.
but it just a lot of action.
It's like Griffin said, like I'm not a big fan of horror games at all, and if Griffin thinks he's interested in this, why the fuck not? I'll give it.
I don't know if the demos are still available or not.
No, they're not.
No. Okay, the demos.
Oh,
The demos what sold me on actually being able to play it.
Okay. And also,
I know-
when we did the live stream of us reacting to the Resident Evil stuff, like it looked cool. I just I would need like a background on like the story. Like somebody just give me the story.
Honestly, hop onto
Honestly,
YouTube.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, just go find a YouTube video. There's probably somebody
Guys, that sounds like a
explaining the
lot of
lore.
work. I gotta type in YouTube Resident Evil story.
Dude, IGN literally has a series where they'll tell you the entire story ahead of time
In
2
5
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah,
in
but the
5
thing
minutes,
is,
sorry.
like, okay, all right. Well,
You literally have no
Yeah.
You sold me
I'm
on
like,
that.
what
Okay.
you got for me, Ruben?
Okay.
What you got?
All right, fine.
I got a theory for you. So I've never played Resident Evil 4. But Resident
Okay.
Evil 4 VR is coming out soon. Do I make that my first time ever playing Resident
Ryan
Evil?
is not a
No.
fan of the Resident Evil VR.
I-
Resident Evil
Of
4
games
VR.
that didn't need VR. When all right, we sit down. It's the Resident Evil. It's the anniversary. We're watching this stream. Everything's looking good, and then I'm like, oh, they're going to announce the RE4 remake, which they've done for RE1, 2, and 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get RE4 remake. It's what we've all wanted. Give me some more Leon. No, we're shooting me into a fucking Facebook device so I can play Resident Evil in fucking VR.
You laugh,
But
but,
did you
I'm
see-
definitely buying that.
I am absolutely buying this. This looks like, unabashedly, this looks like a great VR game.
Yeah.
Like, did you see him? And I'm not kidding here. This is going to sound like I'm kidding, but I swear I'm not. Did you see it when they threw the pistol and the knife?
Yeah.
up
Yes,
and
it was really cool. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
That is hard to do.
Yeah.
That is legitimately really hard to do in VR.
The only thing
I
I'm
can't
concerned
wait.
about is that I'm pretty sure they said only Oculus Quest 2.
Yeah, it's only on
Oculus
Oculus.
Oculus
No.
Quest 2.
It's only on the second version. Which
Yes.
I'm out.
Isn't that is the Oculus Quest their budget version?
Yeah.
So the Oculus Quest, kind of, it's their version that doesn't need to be plugged into a computer.
I think Quest
No, it's the
2,
budget version now because they got rid of Go.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
I
go
think
ahead, Ryan.
Oculus Quest 2 is supposed to be more like a traditional, like whatever the Oculus right before the first Quest was, it's basically that. And if you don't play it, if you still plug it in, it's like even a little better than a regular Quest.
Right.
And then if you're like not plugged in and you're just using it in the best VR mode, it's still pretty good, but not like extremely awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not paying for another Quest. I got the first Quest. Just put this on the first one.
Yeah, I'm like,
Mhm.
I have an original Oculus. I have an HTC Vive. I'd rather play it on my Vive.
I want to get a VR headset eventually. I don't want to get one that forces me to log into my Facebook account. I don't
Yeah.
want my
like.
friends knowing
I'm not
who
even a
you are.
huge fan
They're
like
happy, man.
against that. It's just like, man, that's something that I don't want to do unless I like feel motivated inside the game itself, as opposed to like, no, log in or else
For me-
Mr. Zuckerberg will ask you some questions.
I've been looking to upgrade to a Quest 2 already, regardless of RE4 VR. So this is really just an excuse to
keep
finally
hearing
do it.
that Medal of Honor game on this pretty fun.
Hmm.
So legit, the Star Wars games on Quest,
Yes. So good.
absolutely
Okay,
amazing.
yeah,
So
they're really
good.
cool.
That is something that excites me.
Of course,
Um,
Griffin not get him hype. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The Star Wars, well, because they're the same people that make the VR experiences.
Yep.
And so
Wow.
VR and VR experiences are slightly different. I'm forgetting the name of the VR experience group.
Oof.
But they have pop-ups, and one of them's in Disney Springs, downtown Disney, whatever.
Oh
you
my
wanna call
god,
it.
the one in downtown Disney, so much
Yes.
fun.
Where literally, like, you strap on a backpack and headset
Yes.
and walk around an actual physical space,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's so
you
cool.
actually get feedback when you are shot,
Oh yeah.
and
And
you're essentially strapping on a pain vest.
And the best
Oh
part of all of
no!
it is that you can shoot your friends.
Yeah,
So the whole
yeah.
time we're rocking, I just blasting my friend in the back.
You're a monster.
Oh,
My
hate
friends already hate playing Halo with me because I kill them a bunch. I can't wait to try to get them to do this with me.
Yeah, I know it's
know,
the best.
In 3 years when I don't have to worry about
so
health.
last year, my brother bought me Resident Evil 2 on PS4, and he was like, "You got to play it." And I was like, "Well, I have a brain problem, so I'm gonna play Resident Evil 1 remake and then Resident Evil 2." So then I played the first Resident Evil 2 remake, and I was like, Resident Evil 3 comes out in a month, and I just picked it up as soon as it came out, and I played like the first 3 games in a row. Um, I really liked what I played in the Resident Evil 8 demo. The thing I learned from playing these games is that Resident Evil is Metroid. It's about like finding items to unlock a door, to get a cool gun, to kill a thing, to unlock another door, and then you're finding pieces of paper that are like, man, I sure don't hope I don't turn into a zombie. And then you turn around and that guy is a zombie now, and you're like, he's a zombie. That sucked.
Yeah.
Gave it his all.
I really love how they tell stories, both like in Resident Evil 2 and 3, the more modern ways they're telling them, but also like how you can learn more about the background and how monsters are made, and the people moving and shaking in the background. Uh, the thing is, I kind of want to catch up on some of the main titles before I could jump into Resident Evil 8. I want to play Resident Evil 4. People have told me a lot of good things about it.
Oh, it's amazing.
I might skip 5 and 6 and then just play Resident Evil 7
You can
and then go
easily
into 8.
do that. You could even honestly, for there are elements in it from what I can tell from Village. This is vibe wise, I haven't played it, of course, so I don't know
Uh-huh.
story wise, but 7's the one I'd recommend playing before jumping in. Because there will be things there.
Yeah, it's mostly just that I have to play Resident Evil 4 at some point, so like why
Oh,
not?
4 is it's one of the best games of all time. Definitely play
But
it.
I'm probably gonna. I'm still going through the Nier remake. And then Mass Effect comes out this year. There's a sequel to The World Ends with You. There are a lot of like games that are just gonna naturally be above Resident Evil 8 for me.
Yep.
But it is definitely on my Steam wish list. And if there's a sale before I can get to it, then I'll just pick it up at that point. Maybe
Oh.
it'll go ahead at that point. Who
Hearing
knows?
this game is only about 10 hours long is making me very happy.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Because I know I can power through this in 2 sittings. I
Having-
can spend Saturday and Sunday and beat this game out.
Now
Having-
watch it. It's going to be 10 hours, and it's going to take me at least 30 hours to beat it.
Resident Evil 2 and 3 were very well-paced titles that even though they were both like only 10, 15 hours at the most, they felt like you got a really good introduction, a really good middle portion, and a really good conclusion. So I'm pro long games, I'm pro short games, I'm pro make sure the adventure feels like it's not rushed or it's not artificially lengthened, and none of what Capcom's produced in the past couple of years in Resident Evil, at least the main story titles, has felt one or the other. They've always felt exactly what they need to be. No more, no less. Get in, get out. Maybe get in 3 more times. Who knows?
Honestly, I would say that for all of Capcom's recent titles.
Capcom's
Yeah.
just been killing it.
They're killing it. Like one of my games of the year right now is Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh,
Like,
same.
I did
God.
not think that was going to be up top.
But
I was on I really like fighting games. I was that guy that'd be like, yeah, well, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was bad and Street Fighter isn't good, but the recent Street Fighter season has been just coming up with a bunch of really interesting characters and adding a bunch of new unique mechanics. They seem to be on all cylinders, just be like knowing exactly what people like, what people don't like, and making their games what people want.
It's almost like they have a lot of great products that can be diversified through a bunch of different teams. And they give people the time to make the good shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's something I will scream from the rooftops about.
I have 2 things to mention. Ryan, I did lie before. I have played parts of Resident Evil 2. Literally just the beginning part. I haven't passed
Are you just wandering around the PlayStation?
No, I'm like in the beginning, in the middle part of the beginning.
Is
That
a
makes
big
sense.
scary man with a hat chasing you?
I believe
yet?
so. Yes. I
Don't
mean,
call him that.
um,
I refuse to call him anything else. Otherwise, he
All
scares
right,
me.
I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
I do prefer the Resident Evil 2 remake over Resident Evil 7, and that's just because
It will be much more like the remake of 2 than it will be like 7.
okay. All right, good. I also want to ask you. Somebody mentioned Resident Evil 1 had a remake. When did that come out?
It's a GameCube. It's the
Okay,
port
gotcha.
from the GameCube to the PS4. So
Okay. So
it's
that
a
doesn't really count.
remaster, not a remake. It's not a
Yeah.
horrible-
Okay.
it's a remaster of a GameCube remake, but even that remake is more closer to the first Resident Evil than anything like Resident Evil 2.
Jesus.
Yeah, it is still top down. There's still tank control. Like you can turn them off, but then the game is ironically harder to play because every time you change a camera angle, you start walking in a different directions than you were before. I played with a guide. I played it on super duper easy mode. I was like, I'm just here for the story, guys. I don't wanna deal with Crimson Hens.
Yeah.
Give me as much flames as I can to kill these things for good. But still very enjoyable from a story perspective.
Okay. Cool. Our final game that we're going to talk about is I forgot to add this to the doc, guys. But I added it late. New Pokemon Snap.
Snap just dropped.
Is anybody excited? Well, was anybody excited for this?
I
Oh,
was.
fuck yeah.
You brought me on for a good episode. It's all stuff I love. I love this.
Good. That's what I like.
Yeah.
New
My
Pokemon Snap
comeback
rock.
episode is everything I enjoy.
All right, cool.
I'm happy for Pokemon Snap fans. It is not my thing, but I'm always glad for like when a weird title comes back and everyone's like, I want it. But Snap is a really interesting concept to take the Pokemon universe and just be like, what if you're just a photographer and you just take pictures of Pokemon? Like, that's valid.
Literally on this wall
I'm
of
ready.
anime behind me, I do not have my Pokemon shit. That's fine.
I'm ready, guys.
I
got my Pokemon mug and I got my camera. I'm ready to go.
I have a Squirtle. I have a Pikachu. I have a Vaporeon. I think that's all the pocket monsters I got.
Okay.
Is that a cookie
This is a
jar?
This is a piggy bank.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, you're talking about him. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I think I've made it clear. I'm a big ass Pokemon fan.
Yes, I think we.
I am. Yeah.
This is how good Pokemon Snap is. I squealed in delight at a Bidoof holding a stick.
Oh God.
Nice.
Wurmple on his back with his little legs.
Just vibing.
Amazing. That's so good.
It's Pokemon being Pokemon in the way that Pokemon Snap was so good about on the
It
N64.
is.
Yeah.
It really is. And
Go ahead, Ryan.
this is what I gotta say on it is that after I spend my night, I get home, I'm done with work, I'm all that kind of thing. I sit down, I crank out a few hours of Returnal, I die 4 hours into a run, I slam my controller down, go to bed. I lay down, I pull out the Switch, and I play Pokemon Snap for about an hour and a half. It's the most relaxing hour and a half of my day. It is
Okay.
the pure bliss I need before I can go to bed.
It is the perfect vibe game right now.
It
Yeah.
is.
I have games that I just keep on my devices, stuff like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, Cozy Grove, heck, even Minecraft sometimes. Crank that
The
down
music.
super easy and then just chill. This is up there with those, where it is.
100%.
It's the perfect, just relax, have fun, take photos of Pokemon. Like you get to laugh, have fun. Like my favorite thing was, it was a Machamp chilling at the beach, and if you like play music for him, he just starts to do poses like he's at a weightlifting tournament.
Yeah, like he's a
or at a
strong
bodybuilding
man on
tournament.
Venice.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's little
Someone
stuff
who
like
started
that.
lifting weights, like I kind of want to get. I want to see that now. Sounds fun.
But like I posted pictures the other day on my Twitter, and I want to keep posting them because they're really fun. But the best thing it added is that you could edit your photos.
Yes. It's really
pretty
fun.
cool.
They took from the modern day of like Snapchat and stuff, and
So yeah,
really
you can
went
add
from
filters
there.
and stickers, but me being me and actually being somewhat of like a videographer, photographer, like I'm actively sitting in there messing with the focus, messing with the bloom. It's a really, really well done photo system. The only problem I have, and it's the same problem as that I have had with the original, is you every once in a while the game will just love a really terrible photo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like, I hate this thing, but thanks for the 5 stars, dude.
Like you're really praising this terrible photo, and I don't know why.
3/8 of a Bidoof, sweet.
Like
Honestly, but
so
isn't
there's
that
a
like what you
sorry, go ahead.
want from Pokemon Snap? Isn't
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
the nostalgia?
There's a point though where you come across a Wailord, which is a big boy.
Yeah.
And you can get a picture of it that is literally just blue.
It's
That
just
will
his
be one of the
sides.
best photos you can take in the game.
Oh God.
Yes. I feel like that's not wrong. I feel like that is the best photo that anyone can take in the history of photography.
The funniest thing is it's just a blue photo, and it's like, oh, that's Wailord. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just a color.
Well,
Oh fuck,
still
Wailord.
counts. I do have one gripe with this game. I haven't played it yet. I just wish that, they brought back my boy Tracy. He was a sketch artist, photographer. I know it's not the same thing, but it kind of is.
They do harken back to the original game a lot.
Okay.
Tracy's
And
having a
I
good time in the Orange Islands.
I don't want to spoil it, but the way they harken back got me so happy.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
really good.
Okay.
Really, really good.
I might start this.
Also,
tonight.
I really want the camera from this game. I want to make that build that out as an actual cosplay piece because it's such a cool looking camera.
It's a nifty little device. Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
All right.
I also
cool.
want the other camera. I'm trying my best not to spoil.
Yeah,
I want the other camera as well. There's 2 cameras in the game.
The
Okay.
second one is just a Pokeball with a lens in it. I know Pokemon.
One is
Or it's a
traditional.
Pikachu with like a lens in its mouth. There's only
Yeah,
2
that's
kinds of
haunting.
Pokemon items.
Yeah, so the second one is a more traditional looking camera
Right.
with
Oh,
futuristic
cool.
crap, and it's really cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure I saw. I think it was yesterday that somebody finally made a Pokeball replica that's made out of metal, and it's like
Nice.
there's got sensors around it that the closer you get to it with your hand, it'll light up. And
Oh, do you want me to go
Oh,
grab
cool.
it? I own it.
do you have it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, please go grab it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
you
that
got
was
someone
real.
else.
I thought it was like someone's
No,
prop or
this is
something.
a real thing. It comes in a box, and it's like
This
so.
sucks for audio.
Yeah. Sorry,
Heroes
audio
put out
listeners.
all the Pokemon.
Watch the video. Watch the video.
I almost wore my Pokemon T-shirt today, actually.
I was very hesitant on just swapping out Yoshi for. I got some Christmas themed Kanto starters plus Pikachu.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I have been wanting to buy more Pokemon plushes, but I have to hold myself back because
I feel that.
I see really fast.
I just bought Near Replicant White Snow Edition, and I already own Near Replicant.
God, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
that's pretty cool. That's
I
pretty
didn't know it was gonna be a Master Ball.
They just oh wow.
Oh, that's
Did
so
you think it was,
cool.
light?
I literally feel like I'm 8 years old.
I tried to get, but it was sold out by the time I got to it.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
They just announced the Great Ball.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
that's what I saw. It was the Great Ball. Okay, guys.
Number 1,125 of 5,000.
How crazy is it that this isn't the only Pokemon game we're getting this year?
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Oh man, I forgot. Oh,
There's-
there's so
Take
many
me
games.
back to
you.
Sinnoh.
No, forget Sinnoh. I want
It-
Legends. Give me Legends.
Dude,
Sinnoh. That's in
That's
Sinnoh.
Sinnoh.
Yeah,
Dungus.
Yeah, but it's not the
There's
Sinnoh
baby
we know,
Sinnoh,
guys.
and then
It's
there's
not the
big-
Sinnoh we know.
It has Sinnoh in the name. It's Pokemon Arceus Legends Sinnoh.
No, it's just
very
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
that game, it's the
Oh,
exact same
yes.
Sinnoh we know, just
No.
older.
It's
Just older.
No, it's younger.
No, it's
I'm
older.
older, like
older.
older
Back in
times.
time.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
I think let's get to.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me and talking about all this PlayStation
Anytime.
and reviews. Let's get into some plugs. Ryan, where can people find you?
People can find me at
Other way.
God
There
damn,
you
it's
go.
been a while. Ryan the Lion 3055 on Twitter for hot takes, a lot of anime stuff, and you can find me here for hosting Anime Nation, coming back strong next week with a Mugen Train review.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tear that shit to the ground.
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
One of the highest selling movies in America because
still
there's like
tearing
no
that shit to the
movies
ground.
out.
Yeah.
I
Still
find that
tearing that shit to the
fascinating.
ground. John, where can
The-
people find you?
I'm at Noisy Shark, just on Twitter, doing stuff. I haven't really had much time to make things lately.
You've been busy.
You can hear me tweeting about Near Replicant or whatever weird thing on the internet's got me mad. I get mad easily. I need to work on it. There's a lot of dumb people having bad takes. It's
Yeah.
frustrating.
Is the issue you or them? Because it sounds like it's them.
It's mostly
usually
me. It's
them.
mostly me. You could say it, John. It's mostly me.
I see you on Twitter. It's
Yeah,
mostly people being like, "Oh, I don't know this thing."
My issue
Oh.
with you is you declining the Tom Hardy shirt.
Listen, that Tom Hardy shirt is never gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's just not.
You should wear it on the Batman review next year.
Oh my god! First off, no, don't disgrace the Batman review. That's inevitably going to happen. I can't wait for that. Oh my god! I just
Yeah.
got chills. I
God.
literally just got chills.
I'll wear a Tom Hardy shirt and be like, I'm so excited for Robert Pattinson from
I'm
Twilight.
glad you said that because now I'm going to be screening people before they get onto the show. So thank you for telling me this.
You'll forget it, and then I'll do it anyway,
I'm
and
gonna
you'll be
write it
like,
in
"How
my
did I
notes.
forget
I'm
it?"
gonna write it in my notes.
Save.
It's
It's
not
like
good.
a calendar
Wear a
thing.
sweatshirt ahead of time and then right before.
Nope. You don't think
Right
I'm going
before
to
the-
check that? You don't think I'm going to check that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, not my issue. It's yours.
Yeah, have fun with that one, Ruben.
Griffin, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Griffey D-Pad. But the thing I'm trying to plug lately is you can follow me on Twitch, where I've been streaming games and game development
Ooh.
That-
every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Give this
Okay.
man a follow.
Yes,
Gotta
please.
get content.
Give him a follow.
I'm trying to get to
a
100 follows, and once I get to 100 follows, I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream where I play nothing but Sonic 06.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
I hope Sonic 06 lets you do that.
No, seriously, I'm going to try to do a 12-hour Sonic 06 stream and actually find positive things to say. It's not going to happen, but
Oh,
It's gonna be a really short 12-hour
That's,
stream.
that's fun.
I hope the game doesn't crash on you too much.
Oh God. You can find me at that guy Tuesday on Twitter. I've also made another Twitch account for me specifically. I am doing a Near Replicant playthrough this week. I just don't know when. Today's Wednesday, right? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
Yes, it is still Wednesday.
Okay, so
I have to
probably
think about that.
doing that tomorrow. I gotta check. We'll see. But yes, next week we are doing a couple things. I think, if I'm not correct, and I'm probably not correct about this, Eric did say that he's doing a Mortal Kombat review, which I saw.
is.
Ooh.
We'll see if that movie gets a sequel.
I hope it
I
does.
should watch that
It
movie.
deserves it.
Does it though? Does
Oh
it?
yeah, it was really
Definitely does.
There was a lot of talk about a tournament, and it just never happened. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
That's
Save
the
it for the
sequel.
review. Save it
That's
for
what
the
you
review.
just said.
No,
That's
no,
perfect for a
guys, you
sequel.
can't set up a sequel like that. That's not how that works. Karate
That's
Kid did it
exactly-
exactly how it should have worked.
Dude,
They
the whole
let-
story was them trying to stop the tournament.
No, that's not what the whole story was. The whole story was them. Oh, well, technically not them.
It was the villains trying to stop the tournament.
No, the whole story
killing
was
all
the
of them.
villains taking out the Earthlings or whatever.
But why
they're
were they
called.
doing that, Ruben?
So they didn't have to,
To stop
battle
the
in the
tournament.
tournament. No, they didn't want to play with rules, fair rules. They wanted
Damn,
to take
Cobra
them out.
Kai gets really weird.
Yeah.
Yep, season 4 of Cobra Kai. Really?
I thought you guys are still talking about Cobra Kai.
Start
I was
fighting
like,
to the
what?
death.
No, but
That was
like
the last season of Cobra Kai.
Karate Kid does it best. They introduce, oh hey, there's a karate tournament that's happening, and at the end you see a fucking karate tournament happening.
Not a classic Bruce Lee martial arts movie. No, we're going Karate Kid.
Well, that's the only thing that could come
For a
out.
martial arts
That's
tournament.
literally the only thing that could pop in
Not
my
Enter
head.
the Dragon or something.
It was either that. I've never seen Enter the Dragon. It was either that, or I was gonna bring up Dragon Ball Z, and we all know how that's gonna go.
I'd have talked about the.
If
Tournament
anyone
of
is an
Power.
expert at talking about something for an entire episode and then not showing it at all, it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
That's son of Dragon Ball.
That's why I didn't use it. That's why I didn't
You
use
already
it.
said yes. You already said yes.
You
That's why I
just
didn't
said
use it.
Mortal
That's why I didn't
Kombat
use
is
it.
exactly like an episode of Dragon Ball Z. Wait
Well,
until the
well,
I meant
next
the
episode.
tournament. Okay. All right.
Let's
all right.
clean
Just be
this
the
up.
tournament.
Thank you guys for joining me. Have a good one.